It's okay, we have a recording for that. Today we'll talk about AI in delivery, AI and orchestration, how to make it more controlled, less chaotic, more visible, more understandable for managers. And I think many of us already use tools like Cloud, Cursor, some coding plugins like Anti-Gravity, whatever. And I understand that nowadays teams are mostly use different tools for manage different parts of AI SDLC. But the question is how to manage all this chaos together, and how do we know what AI is doing good or wrong, and how your team actually uses AI and for what tasks, how to connect it to the soul, to entire system. And this is exactly what we'll discuss today. And by the way, can you put in the chat what tools are you using now? What is your AI tech stack for today? So do you use Cloud? Do you use Cursor? Do you use other system for that? And it will help us. So let's slowly start. My name is Sergey Kravtsov. I am CEO and co-founder of Evergreen and Connective One. Today, also my team is joining Alexander Vaitenko, CEO, and Dani Korniliev, Head of Infrastructure in Connective One. First I will give you a short explanation what we're talking about. During the last webinars, we already covered tech stack fundamentals, repeat prototyping and production-ready code. We also covered how to analyze code and transfer knowledge inside the team. We also covered topics like observability of infrastructure and security, because it's quite difficult and quite tricky to set up in modern AI environment. You can, by the way, you can watch recordings. It's publicly available on our websites. And today we will talk about AI agent workspace orchestration, because AI tools are very good. We use it. You definitely use it. But if you're a developer, you probably prefer Cursor or Cloud and Terminal and Console. And I will reshare my screen to show you my entire screen, because we use this all. 1 second. I will check what I think is super. And for example, if you're a developer, it's quite good to use Cursor because it's like typical VS Code IDE, and it is great. You have your code or your documents. You can preview Markdown or edit Markdown. You have terminal. You have chat with AI. You can select different models. You have all project content, agents, hooks, rules, skills. You can use extensions. You can also integrate, for example, Codex as a plugin and use 2 agents for one project. You can also integrate Cloud as a plugin, and you can use 3 agents for one project. You can select models easily and select power of this model, so you can combine different models for different kind of tasks, etc., etc. But this is one problem. This is good for technical people, and for non-technical people, this is scary, because this is just black window. The code is everywhere. There are logs, terminals, the sash, bash. It is normal for developer, and it is quite bad for non-tech persons because they dislike all this. They dislike terminals, outputs, and they just need one window. And to solve this, Cursor already have solution. It's called Agent Window. So much better for non-technical person. you can easily switch between different workspaces. So you can create your personal workspace, your operational workspace, your project, connected to SSH, whatever. You can select either cloud or local. If you need branch, you can select branches without knowing Git, whatever. They also have automation, for example. So if you need to analyze something, it is much easier to do that. For example, I analyzed my calendar for today. Today I have some meetings, conflicts, la la la. Yes, it's quite easy. And if you prefer cloud, you can also use its Cowork. The same principle, for also quite easy for non-tech. So you have projects here. You can, for example, in my Cowork, I have project for tender search. Yes, I search some Romanian tenders. Sorry, it's I will check. Sorry, this, yes, and we have scheduled task here. It is scheduled for Monday morning. So some of them are skipped, some of them are passed. We have instructions here, skills, and all these are done. It's like conception of AI agent. AI builds AI. So I didn't do something special to build all the skill. I just chatted with my Cowork, and Cowork created for me skills, project, whatever, and then I understand how to schedule it. So it's quite easy for non-technical. For technical, you can still use Cloud Code, and by the way, Cloud Code also available for mobile, so you can continue coding on mobile or during your vacation or during your lunch. But still, these all are like distributed tools and quietly distributed tools. So it is not like one workspace for entire team, because still some part of my team can use Claude, some part of my team can use Cursor, some use Agent with, some not. And this is not an option for growing and rapidly scaling team, because it's more suitable for startups, I guess, or startup or separated units inside the organization. But for more control, for more aligned workspace, you need another tools. And now I will transfer screen share for Danny Korniliev. He will show you a managed orchestration demo based on our system called C1 Cursor. So basically, Danny will show you how we solved this problem. And Danny, please take it from here.
Sergey, thank you for your speaking. Okay, I will just repeat what Sergey says in visual form. So we have a very few. We have a company. We have a company with development, with SEO, with sales. It's already full agentic. It works locally. It has context, IDEs, coworks, tools, agents. Okay, that's good. We started working. The first chaos that we facing, it's always artifact or trace chaos, because any kind of work and text that we produce as artifacts, fingerprint, breadcrumbs from any agent must be somewhere stored to share for everybody. And the ideal in the sky. In the company that we face that's working with is artifact trace chaos. Okay, all guys stored information somewhere central. It can be in communication. You can ask some, hey, check this agent or share it, Jira, fine, manual. I will just push some code. Good. But what happened in reality? In reality is bullshit. The SEO asks for some feature for the sales. Sales creates some sales folder one in shared system. It's asked developer to create feature the sales ask. Developer not pushing local storage context. It can't find any information in shared context because he followed the procedures as we AI SDLC prepared. And it's always chaos. So how it can be managed? First of all, as Sergey said, we must remove from the non-tech person some tech context. It's not really we must remove it from it, but we must centralize it because it's hard for non-tech. You need to Jira code, to install it using CLI. Okay, he has Windows. Oh no, I don't know PowerShell, whatever. The second one, the developer must have some orchestration that can define any context of her team agents, her workflows, not only based in Jira tasks or some kind MD files in somewhere, some really memories that we have. And also SEO now can again ask from non-tech person to work with something, but sales will be forced, for example, to work in orchestration system, which can be manipulated with API, live context, tasks, whatever. So this is ideal orchestration system that we are using today and implementing. How it's looking? The base step of any AI user or AI native user is, of course, the chat window. I call it GPT user because every time we can open GPT, we can find, okay, it's the same stuff, the same solution. Hello, let's go. I hope, hello, it's Germany. Well, Germany, hi, I think it will be answers in Germany. No. Okay, fine. So any person that can do this job can do in this new orchestration system. Why is called orchestration? Because it stores any of your sessions, context, variables, secrets, tools, executions, workflows, whatever in centralized system, and can be interacted with any API in any point of your execution. That means that I don't have my personal co-work and I push something. I work already in shared data lake, AI data lake systems. So this is the basic some kind of iteration. Okay. Write me a poem. Yeah, we understand any kind of open source tools can leverage this. It's just a widget that can be done and execute. Yeah, it's some steps, some options. So, but what's the next part when the employees start to work with it? It's the executions in the chat. ChatGPT can't execute the code in your machine. Your local ID, yes, can. So the next steps is always like Claude CLI or Cursor CLI. For example, write me some bash script, test it, and iterate it. Yes, the system must must be able to execute, create, validate some code. Fine. What's the new interesting stuff that we have? We have the context that was created in some workspace. It's local workspace because we nothing to choose. We can find the script that's created, we can edit it, we can somehow manipulate it. So we already create some centralized artifact that we can again interact it in any point. For example, I leave this chat, but my automation will become and grab the context and data from this conversation with all sessions, with all context, agent context, and your chat context. Okay, that's too understandable. Nice work to non-tech person. Now we can work in some system. But where they come a really interesting clutch? This clutch come with the killer feature of the remote repository work. So in the Claude Code, we can git clone code or paste the ID, SSH key, some other stuff. In this system, we administrate it, we give access to the people, to the teams, which repository, code, context we can leverage. And the next step is always work with the context. Okay, buddy. Hi. Yeah. In an execution, at this point, we now created the fully independent, unique, segmented, and I don't know the other synonyms for this word, session for this user. And now we have the context, which is the code. This is the real projects. It's the one static. That's our project for managing multiple storages, S3-based, fast cache, implementing, fetching, deleting, jobs policy, and whatever. It's really context. It's really files. It's all good. So when you have the context, you can continue right. Okay. The next, of course, where's the agents? The agents are located or in the repository which we are working on. For example, here we see, or we can create the simple agents. Yeah, right. So if we, for example, calling some agent that is located in this repository, because in our system, we don't have this kind of agent or skill or command, but it's located in the context, we can call it and voila, okay, we are AI agentic administrator, operator of Cloud Code or or something other. This agent is returning some feedback, store it interesting, we can execute it, and where it can be used. Me as developer, I work on some special team. The other team has his own context with Git projects. I must go him, ask something. No, I just open here his repository or his context / agent describe me or create or manipulate, and it'll be done. I don't have the communication that we are passing between humans. I work with centralized. I have all permissions to do it if I have all, of course, already. Of course, already. So where the automation has come? Automation, of course, comes with some scheduling tasks, executions after rounds. I have prepared some for you, the scheduled tasks. I will just call it scheduled task. It will be done some jobs there. But what's the scheduling tasks? The basic entity is, of course, execution. You can make some scheduling tasks. That means the agent will work for the byte on time, daily, cron tabs on some, and calling agents or validating on other stuff. I think you understand it and how it called. Also, we got some auto run. Auto run is a guided loop with gateways. It's all understandable. But let's check what we have in this scheduling. So we have some basic automation which check the Jira projects of CC if there's any projects to C1 static that will are just looking, take it and implement it. So some manager poses some task, please implement this. If done, write the comment if you implement it, and whatever. So we can continue in live and we can check what we have done. Okay, I saw that pause and I found. Okay. Because it's scheduling, we see we see that it checks every 2 hours if there's some task to do and grab it. So it changed it. It found some tasks. It's overview it. It changes. We can find these changes. We can check that it must make some automations. Let's come here and check it. Okay. Let's find it. It's become to done. It's write the poem about what he done because we explicitly ask him to write it. Write it with implement in poem, right? Yeah, of course. And the most interesting stuff, it pushed some results. So we not only work with some workspaces, we also created fully automations of the agents and storing to future review by the humans or other agents with a session in your, for example, code base. So it's not only generation and then push code manually. It's fully automated orchestration of storing or executing or some kind of other stuff in your combined storage that you have. That's it done. So it makes the changes. We can validate it, push it, build it. I think it will be all right because we just added some delimiters by task. But it's the example of fully automated stuff that we can combine in centralized system that we leverage it to remove this chaos of the time. What kind of stuff we can do and how we using in real life. For example, we have some non-tech persona that's looking for his session, and it's fine that he writing no less text, more tables, because it's a caps lock seems it's really destroys his mentality. I don't know how it can be done. If it works in locally, then every time you forget, you don't know how to create agents or automate your work, you will be facing this problem. So how it done in our scenario? We show it to the lead team manager of this employee. It's among the sales employee. Sales employee creates skill for in the system here, creates skill for this employee, and now employee calling the skill, and it never will be do much text and always get the tables. So it's automated in the single system. No, just asking, testing, some debugging for TeamViewer. I don't know. Just sales says, and I saw the problem as a manager. I create a skill. Okay. The second automation example is triage, that's we call it. So that every day we grabbing all the support tickets, so the 100 tickets segmented, find it, validate it, estimate it, and starting to move to the teams, assign teams, developers based on his times. Also, some statistic of our execution and automation by day. So this kind is working, and we really heavy apply to it. And some, for example, little automation that's created for 1 hour of engineer to mitigate his local problem in technical way. Okay, I think it will be fine for me. So, Sergey, can you grab it from this point?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Danny. It will be a Q&A session afterwards, so please don't leave. You will have a possibility to ask Danny about all these technical matters, at least the most difficult ones. And now let's move to the next speaker, and our next speaker will be Alexander, and Alex will bring us a little bit back to basics, because mostly I started with tools and Danny continued with tools. We saw tools, we saw systems, and now we talk about why it matters from management point of view and how it can change delivery process, how it change management process, and what is real to do with AI with management. And Alex is one of early adopters of all those systems in our company, so he will talk from practice. And Alex, the stage is yours, please. Have your screen demonstration and start.
How we use AI agents in daily work. Today I want to show a first simple example of how you use AI agents in our company. Real example from our daily work. The good is simple. We want to spend less time on routine work and more time in creative work. Let's start with first example. We use Jira to manage our task and finance system Finafto. Team track time in Jira. Tracking is sync which Finafto before people need to open different system and search manually. How they can simple ask an AI agents, for example, display time for the employer, display time for this project, and time to the task. Remote this incorrect work log, the agents work must faster. Let's go to project management. We have meetings every week. After meetings, we need notice and task. AI can help with this. The agents creates a summary. It creates action items, prepare Jira task. So a lot of routine are already done. Another problem is finding information. Information is stored in many places. Now we can ask in the AI agents and get one answer and save a lot of time. Manager needs reports. AI can collect information automatically. and can prepare reports for you. This means less time collecting data and more time for creative work. We also use AI in other areas. It's documentation, communication, resource planning, risk management, process automation, and much more. So now we are just at the start on the road. We find new cases and improve our process. Let's do this together. And thank you.
Thank you, Alexander. Just to knowledge, all this automation is done by the system that we showed. Does not mean that in this kind you must have this to automate, because there's many time orchestrator, but all the automation is finance, tracking system, garbage collection by users, lost tasks, some estimates, sales tracking, CRM implementations, calculations are done in centralized HKB task or auto runs. That's working every night. We're sleeping. I call it night slaves, but the people say that's not tolerating, but I'm sorry, it's really funny. Yeah.
Good. Thank you, Dani, for these comments. Yes, and before we start Q&A, let me remind you that at Evergreen, we help companies to build this kind of AI delivery system for your own teams. So we can start with very simple. It can be first version, set it up in just 1 week, or can be a bigger project when we design a complete SDLC for you, or it can be also a big project for when we can share all system and all knowledge to build all possible for now and technically be feasible kinds of automations for your entire company. So feel free to contact us, and we are very open just for consultation and knowledge share, because we continuously learn from others. So it's not something that can be learned in, I don't know, 1 week. It's like a marathon, not a sprint. So or maybe it's ultra marathon in this valley. So we are running it and ask you to join us also. And now let's start our Q&A session, and feel free to or just unmute yourself and ask, or write question in the chat. We are here to answer. I guess we had some questions before. From Alexander Kushnarev about management, Figma, and development. Alex, if you can ask your question in other words, we'll be happy to share something about it.
I must talk, or I need to write on the chat?
If you want to talk, better to talk. It would be just more live conversation if it's comfortable for you.
Okay, of course, it's much easier.
Yeah,
Now
sure.
everyone using AI, and it's really comfortable for work, and you do work much better and much faster. But anyway, now we sit together, not only with you, owner of company, we sit with another guys, maybe developer, maybe management manager. That's mean we have AI help to us, but anyway, we need to have this top of different topic, head of developer and head of management and owner of company. What do you think about your skill in your management? With AI, you much faster, or it's something like a bit help to you? How in process?
Good question. So talking about implementation and management, It reminds me old days, like normal tech called automation, just process automation. So when you understand what to do, you can be extremely much faster with AI. When you don't understand what to do, AI can help
Doesn't
you to
matter.
understand what you need. But
Yes.
again, it should be separated. So in decision making, I guess we are not much faster than before, but we are much faster in decision implementation and decision preparation because of all the things we discussed today. So collecting data from other system, making reports, making, I don't know, prognosis. It's much, extremely much easier with AI than without AI. But again, to make a decision, you need to collect it all. And the problem is sometimes you have too much data. And Danny talked about it last year webinar. So sometimes you have too much data and when AI can't help you to process all this. So yes, so something like that.
Thank you. Good answer.
I can add some addition. I'm from tech side, where I forced to do some management, budgets, team planning, and other stuff. And at this point, if AI helps me to not do this work, it will be very good, and it helps a lot because I don't want to check. I just create some scheduler that's always ping employees, go to track your job, and it will come back to my Telegram and said that this guy is not to do. It's not done, and I already make some point. Bad boy. So yeah, if you want to really, and you don't like it, try to automate it with AI and the management, but not the decision making as Sergey says. So don't leverage it on the shoulders of the AI because it can be bad.
Thank you.
Okay, super, guys. Do you have any other questions or topic to discuss? Feel free. We're here for that.
If nobody wants, I have another question.
Go ahead.
Sometimes when I work with ChatGPT and I think I made really good text and just copy paste to some LinkedIn or Facebook, it's much easier and faster. But sometimes we have some like not issue, but for example, we have long line ChatGPT every time you use long line по украински тире.
Dash. Long dash.
Dash, yeah. But when you write yourself, you don't use this long dash. It's only about text. Maybe you also have another area when you use AI. AI also have this mark, AI mark, and you don't think about it. You just copy and paste. It's work. But another maybe potential customer or maybe your some another business partner can after see this not issue but close and think after this company used me a lot AI, maybe can go to another company. What do you think about it?
Our idea is that we tried this all. We tried fully AI generated content. We tried human managed AI generation. First of all, I guess people should talk to people, and basically we decided not to put, for example, in recruitment process or marketing process, AI as a fully autonomous system because yes, you can feel it, you can understand it, and it just doesn't work because come on, imagine the world when robots talk to robots. It is not the best place to live. Yes, but technically, if you want to make AI unrecognizable, it is quite easy. Using system we showed today, you can combine different models or different scripts. So it is quite easy. You just generate something with GPT, then another model, completely other model, for example, Sonnet, will read it as a editor and replace m dash, long dash to m dash or short dash. Then some script will do another work and other model will prepare it to publishing. So yes, you can do unrecognizable AI. And yes, it can be done, but what for? Just to automate your thoughts, but is it your thought or AI think? Who says? Yes, AI says or you. If you just use it, prepare for, I don't know, some automation for fact checking, I don't know, data preparation. By the way, Dani, yes, you can catch up from here and show us this. Dani, you are muted. Please unmute. You can't unmute. Haha.
Yes, I can unmute. First of all, you can find
You use
really...
AI for this.
By the way, I think it will... Okay, no matter. You can first create always an agent that will redact after or skill after or any kind of your work. The first point, you can make the global rule, but it will be lost the context if your context is squished or you open or it's really long conversation. It can already, for example, create the double slashes or other stuff. So the best way it's after the text is generated, paste it to another clear agent window and ask him to remove some other stuff. It's the basic stuff and it works for many. The second one is using like utilities like AUSlope. That's removing, checking. It's better for code, but it can be used for and for text. And also there's some kind of skills in awesome Claude skills or awesome Claude skills GitHub, where you can find is this? Yes. There's in Citica Stars, you can find there's a cleaner for skill cleaner for your documents, and it will remove all the stuff. So it will be really good. But the best way it's always revalidate the execution. The agent's logic it's the same as the training model. The more you test it, the more data you get it, and the more steps you come. This means that the most agent, the context between agents, not in one context, but between agents comes, the clear result will be. Write for GPT, nice. Validate text with Claude code and skills, nice. Segmented and analyze some market. Use Gemini 1 million token window based on text. Is it will be good? Nice. And the last some codex cursor or some automation posted to LinkedIn based on my next months. It's hard a bit, but if you can automate it, right, it will be just the pipe AI agent pipeline is called now, so it will be good.
Understand. That's enough. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Thank you everyone for joining today. I hope this webinar was useful and gave you a better idea how to use AI for entire process and how to unite separate tools into one software. Big thanks for Dani and Alexander for demo and discussion. Thank you, Alex Shnarev, for your questions and your time. And if this topic is relevant for your company, please feel free to contact us afterward. And thank you very much. Have a great day and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good luck.
Ciao.